Hey guys, what's up? It's Kev for the Way. We're back for another edition of Monaster Hunter Rise. Today we're taking a look at an endgame metagame build for the Insect Glaive. We're going to be using the Gore Insect Glaive because it gives us pink sharpness and is really good. We're going to be using Kaiser Crown X. This will give us critical eye, critical boost, flinch free, and speed sharpening as you see here. Next up, we're going to be using Archfiend Armor Baloo. This will give us weakness, exploit, resentment, chain crit, critical boost, and attack boost here. Next up, we're going to be using the Baroth Them Braces X. This is going to give us Quick Sheath, Maximum Might, Critical Eye, Critical Boost, Speed Sharpening as well. Next up, we're going to be using the Sailor Skirt. This is going to give us Protective Polish, Warbug Whisper, Ballistics, Critical Eye. Next up, we're going to be using Archfiend Armor Cirrhosis. This will give us Dereliction, Resentment, as well as another skill. Absolute Pestilence is the way I'm going to go with mine. You could use whatever you want. For the Talisman, Weakness Exploit level 2 with 2 slots there. I'm going to show you what gems you're going to use to get exactly what you want in this build. So you want an Attack Jewel level 2, Camellia Soul Jewel level 2, Brace Jewel level 1, 2 Grinder Jewel level 1s, Critical Jewel level 2, Attack Jewel level 2, Critical Jewel 2, Grinder Jewel 1, Expert Jewel 2. You want Attack Jewel 2, 3 of them here. And then for the Failed Talisman, 2 Steadfast Jewel there. We have the space for it. So what is this going to look like when you put it all together? Well, we're going to have 362 attack, 35 dragon element, 50% affinity, 693 defense. Resistance-wise, we don't really like dragons or thunder, but the rest of it's okay. For the skills, critical eye level 6, attack boost level 5, critical boost level 3, weakness exploit level 3, protective polish level 3, ballistics level 3, speed sharpening level 3, resentment level 2. There's another page, by the way, with several skills as well. Stun resistance level 2, maximum light 1, quick sheath 1, flinch free 1, Wirebird Whisper 1, Dereliction, which is a skill we abuse in this particular armor, level 1, and also steadfast. Okay, so critical eye, we're going to have plus 30 affinity. Attack boost, we're basically just going to get increase to our attack. For critical boost, increased damage dealt by 40% when we hit critical hits. Pretty much everything here is just abusing affinity, as you're going to see here. Resentment, in particular, when our gauge is red, it increases our attack stat. One of the most important skills that I'm going to show you here in a second is not maximum might. It's on the second page here, not Wirebird is as well. It's Dereliction. Using red scrolls, increase element and status values. Using blue scrolls, increase attack and stun potency. We're going to be abusing the blue scrolls with this particular build as well as chain crit. I'm going to show you with a great Azuchi. It's a very easy monster to fight in the sense that it's good like practice dummy, so I can show you hit values and everything of the sort that you want to be doing with this build. Now, for this particular Insect Glaive, it's not as easy to use. It's not right out of the box. Keep in mind that with Dereliction, we have to be switching between our scrolls. So, if you want to go aerial with this build, you have to be in the red scroll. However, the blue scroll is the more important way to go with this particular build because you get increased attack and a very high percentage to stun the monster. Now, when you factor this in with, let's say, you eat for Slugger and everything of the sort, you could be KOing and stunning the monster left and right to the point that it's falling all over the place, which is what we're going to try to accomplish here in this particular showcase. So we're going to fight the monster. First off, I'm also going to be using a assist bug, the attack one, because we get double buffs. So I'll get like a red and a yellow and a red and a white, which just saves us time having to basically get our buffs with any of the error bugs that we would be particularly using. So we get the red and white here, and we'll get the red and yellow. I'm going to, as you see here already in the blue scroll, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do basic Insect Glaive combos. I'm not going to try to go too aerial with this particular monster because I'm going to show you here. When we're in the blue scroll, you don't get the spinning copter attack. That's only the red one. So here you want to abuse your attack stat, and because this is a small monster too, you can't really go as aerial as you would like to with it. So we're going to dodge out of the way here. Oh, little monster just basically tripped us in the middle of our fight. We're going to just keep swinging. For this build, again, since we abuse weakness, exploit, affinity, critical boost, we're going to be attacking the monster's weak spot. As you saw, the monster went flying back. The reason for that is because of the blue scroll. Again, remember, we have high stun potential with this particular build. So we're basically just going to be KOing the monster kind of left and right. We're going to be careful of its tail. The one thing that you have to remember with this build is that you are burning through your own life force based on the skills. So every once in a while, you have to actually move back and kind of heal up a bit. If you get a little too aggro and you're not very careful, we'll take an unnecessary death. So you have to be very careful and time everything out that way. Let's move over this way. Let's watch out for the tail, and then we'll start our combos again. As you see, we're swinging the combos here. We have a potential of stunning the monster. Every time that we hit, we're doing an increased amount of damage. Keep in mind that when our life is burning through, with Dereliction. On top of that, we are triggering our resentment, so we're doing increased amount of damage that way as well. So that's why the build works kind of the way it is. It's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. It is definitely a glass cannon, but the results are incredibly powerful. Alright, let's see. Can I get that combo off? No, because I ran out of bug buff. So what we're going to do is we're going to buff ourselves again. So we'll go for red-white, red-orange. Got that back very quick. Again, this is why I used a assist bug with this particular build. We're going to swing weapons around. I'm going to try to get a stun, which I did secure there. We're going to continue to swing weapon around. Distancing positioning here is going to be important. The Cirrhosis is here. Unlike the last time for the switch axe, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to just not play the minigame because we will actually lose a lot of our bug buff this way. On top of that, Cirrhosis is going to be kind of a nuisance here. We're going to drink up. We're going to launch onto the Great Azuchi. We're not going to play the minigame here because I'm trying to go for a fast clear time, and I feel like a Cirrhosis just on it's going to waste a whole bunch of time here. We're going to drop the monster down here, and I'm going to go to work on my combos before I run out of my bug buff here. So again, targeting the tail, the face, anywhere that the yellow spots are going off, it means that we're doing critical hit damage. If we were doing yellow and blue when we're up in the air, that means we're doing even higher damage. So again, the reason why we're not going super aerial against this monster is because we're abusing Dereliction with the blue scroll, and we're doing, actually, believe it or not, a lot more damage by staying grounded this particular build, as opposed to going aerial. And on top of that, we're just getting a lot of stuns off, which will allow us to trip the monster again, too. Just like with our weapons, keep in mind that Insect Glaive has a very wide radius of attack, so there are times when you have to be very mindful when you're playing with other people online, because you have a very high potential of tripping your teammate, which is a pretty big no-no. Monster is trying to get away here. Let's see if I can get another stun. We can try to prevent it from leaving. Okay, good. Try to swing the combo again. See if we can get it this time. Okay, it's tripped it again. Let's see if we could just keep it here. That's kind of the goal here. Okay, no. Unfortunately, it ran away. That's fine. We're going to use our grinder ability here in a second. Let me go on my mount. We'll grind up our weapon. We'll get back in sharpness because I'm not hitting for maximum damage anyway with my weapon unsharpened. On top of that, there's a potential that we'll start bouncing to. Bad thing to do. Alright, so we'll sharpen our weapon. Gonna give chase. I'm not gonna probably heal up here, I don't think. Or maybe I should heal up a little bit because we don't know. Then the monster hits me really hard and then I took a G. We'll heal up a little bit. And alright. Let me get my bug buff back because it's down. Okay. Little monster blocked us. Let's move out of the way. Try to get the bug buff here. Okay, we got triple bug buff. We're gonna go to a combo. As you saw, I got a nurse stun off again. Again, this is thanks to the blue scroll. Resentment's gonna go off because I have a big red gauge here, so I'm doing increased amount of damage, and you pretty much take out the Great Azuchi. So this is how you play this particular version of the Insect Glaive. The one thing is you have to remember that you're gonna have to switch between red scroll and blue scroll. So if you feel like you want to get aerial combos off, like the aerial copter one and everything of the sort, that's usually good for really bigger monsters, like let's say a Tetradon. Or, like, not that there's an Ankator in this one, but, you know, big Elder Dragons and everything of the sort, you're going to want to switch between the two. So, like, when a monster's grounded after you've, like, knocked it down, then you switch to blue. Blue is the most important one because of the attack boost and the stun. Red is good because it'll increase your status. So if you have a status weapon, the element, it'll increase those type of values. But really, it's all about the blue with this particular build because you want to abuse that to get as fast a clear times as possible, which is what we're focusing on. So if you have any questions in the comments, suggestions, everything in the sort, feel free to leave them in the comments. The only thing that I ask is that you do so in a very instructive feedback manner, because you know what, sometimes people get a little bit too passionate with their Monster Hunter, you know, input and everything in the sort, which is perfectly okay. It's okay to be passionate, but you got to do so in a respectful manner. That's why I ask. So let's see the clear time here. It's probably going to be about 5-minute clear time. In a group of 4, we'll probably get 2-minute clear time here. On average, by yourself solo for a master rank monster, that's a low one. If you get a level 5-minute clear time, which we did here, it's really good. Larger monsters, probably about 8 to 9-minute clear time in a group. Solo, probably between 10 to 11 minutes you're looking at. Anything higher than that, then you know you're not hitting the monster's critical hit spots and everything sort of effectively. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's Monster Hunter Rise video. As always, a like on this video is greatly appreciated. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, definitely consider doing so, as it helps the channel grow. I'll see you for the next Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak video.